I've been thinking about music lately. Is it just me, or did music from the past drive a more emotional response out of you? And it could just be that I'm getting older here. I'm also doing my mustache, my daily routine here, because I try to listen to new music from time to time, and it's hard for me to get an emotional response out of it. So I start thinking about like, are we as a people more desensitized having, I don't know, technology around, and is that kind of changing our whole like aura? Because think back to when I was a kid and like exploring music and like, but it wasn't just when I was a kid. Even now, I can throw on like I try to listen to new music, okay? And lately, what has been getting an emotional response from me are like early 60s, late 60s jazz albums. And there's something raw and emotional to it, and that's just a personal preference. But not even that. Like when I occasionally put on like a 80s album like Phil Collins Faces or something, and I make a list. Oh, I want to get these on vinyl. Because I used to have a large vinyl collection, and I sold probably 60 to 70% of it because of simply just like carrying it around and the weight of it. But then I thought, where there's streaming like Tidal now, where it's like really, high quality, I don't need to keep records on hand. I also don't listen to them as often. They're in the basement. So I started making a list of like, okay, these are albums I want to have on vinyl so that, kind of morbid, if I was to ever just decease one day, I want to have, music that my kids can listen to that reminds them of dad. I thought about making a playlist on things, but what if that app doesn't exist anymore or whatever? I don't know. I just want to have physical stuff of album, and I want it for my personal use too, stuff I really love. And as my kids getting older, I want to bring that record player from the basement upstairs and just put albums on. Right now, maybe I'll never have to do that because I have a Sonos and I just stream it. But yeah, that was my thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, are there some albums that really drive an emotional response out of you? Do you think that it's because, you get older and maybe your life is not full of emotion? It's simple. Could that be it too? Am I just in a different space in life where when I was young, you could throw on Nirvana or a grunge album or, Led Zeppelin, Bowie, different feelings. Or like for me, it was like a lot of like Incubus, Linkin Park, Eminem, when you're in an angry phase, or even just like when I started to do a lot of driving and pursuing things. Dave Matthews had a big impact. All his live albums and just like drew an emotional response out of me. Jimi Hendrix albums, even just like every Beatles album or Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, Michael Jackson albums. You can name 100 artists that's like brings something out of you. Queen. I can't do that now. Maybe I'm just not with the times, but when I do scroll through new albums or releases, I'm not seeing things, and maybe I'm not clicking on enough albums. But when I do click on an album, I'm not like drawn into it. But there's so much music out there. I'm sure there's stuff that I would really vibe with, like, oh, I like The National. There's a punk band that was pretty cool that I listened to for a while. There was like and I can't think of off the top of my head. I've got some albums downstairs. But now I'm starting to ramble. I'm getting at, probably 5 minutes of talking here. So I'm just going to cut it. Mustache is crisp, ready for the day. Just got a fresh cut. I don't use a lot of product in this. Just Maury's pomade. And I usually trim it myself. I could use a little trim on the beard, but I kind of grown it out, so I'm keeping it. So have a great weekend. Thanks for watching my video. Follow, like, comment, please.